Welcome to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. If you're having a life-threatening emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Please select one of the following options so that we can better serve you. For information on obtaining a criminal history background check, please press 1. If you have questions about sealing or expunging a criminal history record, or you want to check on the status of your application,
Florida Department of Law Enforcement, how may I help you?
May I speak? I think we may have spoken yesterday. I'm Lance Mason.
Yes, sir.
Can I speak to Negrete, please?
Okay, just one moment and let me see if he's available.
Thank you.
Hold on one moment.
FDLE.state.fl.us. To learn more about what we do, please stay on the line. Your call is important to us.
Hello, I'm Keisha White, Senior Crime Laboratory Analyst in the Pensacola Crime Lab. Did you know FDLE has a state-of-the-art forensic document examination laboratory? FDLE's question document section has examined handwriting on walls, cars, and even toilet paper. That's not all they do. These lab analysts also compare inks and paper. They can recover indentations and alterations. They also restore and reconstruct damaged documents, helping law enforcement throughout Florida solve violent crime and white-collar crime.
Thank you for calling the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. FDLE works with local, state, and federal criminal justice agencies to prevent, to investigate, and to solve crimes while protecting Florida citizens and visitors. Please stay on the line. A member will be available to assist you in a moment.
Just one moment and I'm going to send you over to his line. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is a quick and easy way to find out valuable information before making a decision about hiring an employee, home contractor, or child care provider. FDLE maintains criminal history information in Florida and provides access to this information on our website at fdle.state.fl.us. For $24, you can conduct a statewide criminal history check and receive results back in a matter of minutes.
Did you know that computer crimes take many forms? From malware to identity theft, SecureFlorida.org offers tips to keep you safe. Have a strong password with a combination of letters, numbers, and symbols. Make sure your firewall is turned on, and keep your antivirus software updated. For more information, visit SecureFlorida.org. Please stay on the line. Your call is important to us.
I'm Adrienne Lucas, Senior Management Analyst in the FDLE Inspector General's Office. FDLE members work hard to maintain the highest standards in law enforcement, developing and employing the latest skills and techniques. FDLE has earned triple accreditation by the National Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, the Commission for Florida Law Enforcement Accreditation, and the American Society for Crime Lab Directors. To learn more about the accolades we earned,
does anybody
visit
not
our website
get that
at
designation?
fdle.state.fl.us.
They're leaving the incoming calls
FDLE's website
to chance.
Public safety information at your fingertips. By visiting us at www.fdle.state.fl.us, you can obtain a criminal history, check for sexual offenders and predators, sign up to receive Amber Alerts, search for wanted persons, and much more. Thank you for holding. Someone will be right with you.
hello, I'm Research and Training Specialist Scott Granger. FDLE's DNA database houses more than 1 million offender samples. The database is a valuable tool for law enforcement, providing investigators with hundreds of hits every month, helping generate leads and solve violent crimes. Florida's DNA database is one of the largest in the nation and has provided more than 31,000 hits since its inception in 1990.
Have you liked our Facebook page? FDLE Facebook followers can view breaking news, get notification when an Amber or missing child alert is issued, and stay up to date with important cybersecurity bulletins. We appreciate your call. A member will be available to assist you in a moment.
I'm Mary McLaughlin, Cybersecurity Analyst in the Florida Fusion Center. FDLE has joined
Mr. Mason?
Yes, sir.
Hello, this is Luis Negrete with FDLE. How may I help you?
That's fantastic. Have you heard anything about my case?
I have. I've reviewed the report that was written about your complaint.
Well, it's multifaceted, and I don't think that anything's been done. And what's curious to me is how it ends up over at Molly Aikens when it's gotten the two agents that I've spoken to have been, they are direct reports to her.
Okay. That really has no bearing on anything.
Okay.
The way our office is set up.
I see. So my apologies I didn't know that. I thought it seemed like it was being routed to the wrong place.
No, not at all, sir.
Okay.
We're all law enforcement, so
Right.
They can determine as much as I can.
Okay. Have you heard the strong arm robbery?
What? Not specifically that I can recall.
See, that's the problem is that there's a message filter when I want to push evidence through and there's a strong arm robbery on tape and that should be of concern to somebody. It's related to multi-billion-dollar software that I've written, and you can just prove that instantly if you want to, and you can do that by calling up Long Point Minerals in Denver and asking who their developer was that did this thing. You're going to come up. That's going to be real quick because they don't know because it was me. It's like Elizabeth Holmes. I don't know if you're following that, but it's also at Florida State. They invested in the same program. It's called and we can tie that back. I'm not some homeless dude. Well, I wasn't before I went to FSU that day, but I'm really a CPA and a software developer that worked in the oil industry. And I can tie it direct. It's from me. I used to work for Sid Green. You can go look at my LinkedIn page and see what I've done. I used to work for the same guys, and they just invested in it over at Florida State and at the State Board of Administration. So, but theirs is on a much larger scale than Florida State did. The name of those funds is NCAP, ENCAP. That's NCAP Flat Rock, or anything with the word NCAP in it, or the word Enervest, ENERVEST. And that's to the tune of just the state board, just at a minimum, they invested $1 billion in it. So that's going to get us, that's well over organized scheme to defraud, being at 50,000 is a first degree felony. And we're talking, I just said, and that's at a minimum. This is producing royalties in the state of Oklahoma. It's a generating cash as you go, and the whole thing is money laundering because they know that it's built on a fraud, so that they know that they're well aware of what they're doing. And what we're seeing over here, the stuff at Lynn Haven, the strong arm robbery, what they weren't trying to get anything but my phone, a $40 telephone. That doesn't normally result in a strong arm robbery, but they were trying. That's because I had just nailed them on recording, doing the strong arm robbery for one thing. Well, no, I'm sorry, that is kind of a circular back thing, but it's right there, and nobody wants to hear it. Okay, and if we want to talk about it's the same people that did the Florida State thing, that they deleted the body cam, didn't tell me for 500 days, but I did retain mine that they screwed up and gave me in the beginning. So they've deleted their copy. I've got my copy, and they won't provide the body cam audit log that would just expose the whole thing. Okay. Let me additionally say that my cousin was high up in these Florida State Troopers. The Florida State Troopers Florida Highway Patrol. They were the originating call between. They're the ones that started the whole Florida State thing. That's because the evidence speaks for itself, but I can't seem to get that through.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of things, and this is what I would like to do.
Yes.
There's for FDLE to, and I'm not saying this is not a determination of anything, I'm just informing you. For FDLE to begin an investigation, there's of course needs to be a criminal predicate. There's also questions about if we even have jurisdiction over anything. We're not the police in the state of Florida.
You know what? You're not what?
However,
Okay.
What I would like to do is, it seems like you have a lot of information.
Yes.
And that's usually a good way is not done by orally providing that information, because we jump from point to point and things get lost in translation. So what I would like to do is to ask you to put everything in writing.
Oh, well, that's impossible. That's impractical. That's completely impractical to everything around a multi-billion-dollar fraud to encapsulate that into a single email. That's just impossible. And it would take. That's what y'all are supposed to do. I don't have the investigative powers that the Florida Department of hey, is that what y'all do when a murder?
I'm asking you to write your complaint in an email, in a document, provide me with information, documentation, if you have any, as to what you're claiming.
Okay, I've already done that.
To be able to review.
You can go look on your Facebook page, because I put it up. I put the strong arm robbery up there and I addressed it to you on y'all's Facebook page. So let me just point you to my Facebook page. I've got a lot of stuff on my Facebook page, and when y'all want to find somebody, y'all are very capable at finding people's Facebook page, but not mine. Can I just give you my Facebook page, and it is a treasure trove of evidence.
Sure thing. Go ahead.
Okay. My name's Lance Mason.
Go ahead.
You just go to Facebook.com, and then I believe the URL ends in lance.mason1. It shouldn't be hard to find me. You put it, it's not going to be hard to find me. Why don't y'all look at some of that stuff? And, But I did put up a strong arm robbery, and I put your name on it. So you can just go to my Facebook page and click on that, and that'd be super easy. And see if we could figure out why there's a strong arm robbery. And that should get something spun up right there. And that's the same people that started the thing over at Florida State, where they took the car from under me, and then the police say, the FSU police, it's a big old cover up over there. They say in the report, that I refuse to show documentation, when the body cam says the opposite. It shows that I'm trying to show them the title and they won't look at it. So that's going to be very quick. And then if you just start looking at why that stuff happened, it's all going to point to the same thing. But I will put together something, but y'all should just start looking through my Facebook page.
Definitely. Do we have a contact number for you?
We don't, because they've stolen this has been a concerted effort. And you can imagine, with a few $1 billion sloshing around, they can pull off stuff like this and do best practices on corruption and all that stuff. So no, I need a rescue. I'm over in Texas. You can hear the strong arm robbery. I'm a victim. I'm a victim being victimized even more. So no, I don't have a contact number. I do have a Google phone number that I can check asynchronously, but you can't I'm borrowing a phone right now to get to y'all, because they've destroyed me. But I can give you my Google number.
Sure.
Okay, 678-813-3806.
3806?
Yes, sir.
All right, very well.
Okay? That's fantastic. I'll try to summarize better today, but there's a treasure trove of stuff right there. And if you just listen to that audio, and there's a reason that they're doing that stuff, So in Florida State, same thing. And there's more than that. It's Pensacola. It's all around. But it's just the more of it you see, the more of it is going to warrant investigation, in my opinion. Okay?
Very well.
Thank you, sir.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.